It's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. With me are the co-hosts. How you doing, ladies?
Excellent morning.
Good to see you. Yeah, Jalu.
Good to see you. We'll be seeing each other.
How's everything?
Yeah, great. So some people have been asking me that they've been looking for House of BC, here by BC on social media, that they can't find it. Yes. So what happened was I had to consolidate all my business pages to one, so that I don't have different pages scattered all over the place. So right now, if you are looking for my products, you just go to BC's Business Empire. Everything is there. The hair, the clothes, the snacks, everything I'm coming up with is going to be there. If you're looking for the consulting, that's the aspect of the teaching, you just go to Bisuch Consult Media. And that's it. You see everything there. So I just have 2 business pages on social media. Yes. So please, I'm still very much on Instagram. I danced for you people yesterday. You did not see my dance. Shaking my something. I'm trying for you guys. Just by
How you doing?
I'm fine. I want to congratulate my friend. I call him Officer Ishaku. So he got a promotion. He's a soldier. And he's been very, very kind and nice to me at the Ojo Barracks, because I have to find my way to my parents' place. And when I got the news that he's been promoted, I knew he went for a course and he just came back. He'll be decorated today. I will try my possible best. Traffic notwithstanding to get to that celebration today. Congratulations, Officer Ishaya Biliamino. Call him Ishaku.
How you doing, Mariam? I love your jacket.
Thank you.
Nice.
My cardigan.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
I didn't even notice it just now.
Yeah, thank you.
Very Mariam.
Very Mariam.
I've been talking about the Akada Children's Book Festival coming up on Saturday. Please be there. Be there. It will be fun for the children and for families too. Like the whole family will have something to do. It starts from about 8, and I'll be doing a book reading about 3 p.m. on that day. But then it's a whole day of fantastic, good fun. There'll be books, there'll be authors, there'll be book chats, book readings, fitness fun. You know, it's at Upbeat Center in Lekki. You know, they do all the trampoline things, so there'll be all that, lots of fun. There'll be sip and paint as well. You know, just so many things fun. Then there'll be master classes talking about, really talking about like mental health, understanding your children understanding you, you know, back and forth. Classes that involves you and your children being in there and then learning to know them better. And it just opens your children, you know, to this whole world of books and real important conversations, content that you'd be so proud of that your children would assimilate and just imbibe. So please be there on Saturday and be at my book reading by 3.
Fantastic. Good.
And
It's Thursday, you know.
I feel like I'm falling, like I need my seatbelt. I don't know. I think I've been strapped too long.
You need a pillow to lift you.
Okay.
I've been feeling something that I'm missing my...
You've been strapped in traffic for too long.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I get that.
Like something
Strapped in your car for too long.
Anyways, it's Thursday, it's our gisting day, so I'm told that our viewers on DSTV and GOTV channel 45 in the course of today's show would have to switch to a live broadcast of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's 2023 budget presentation at the Lagos State Assembly at some point. So just letting you know ahead of time, just in case we have to switch over. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm going to start with The Nation. PDP crisis, Autumn attacks Atiku as Mimiko rejects job. Security alert, no reason for evacuation of U.S. citizens. CBN changes Naira notes. Court dismisses suit seeking Abiodun's disqualification. Court to Kogi, don't disrupt Dangote's operations. Marketers raise petrol price to 179 Naira from 169 Naira. No admission offer has been cancelled, says JAM. An online lotto casino orders to pay taxes directly to FIRS. All right, which story are we starting with?
Yeah, I'll start with JAM. So the JAM Registrar and Chief Executive, Professor Oloyede, he's saying that he's addressing some of the issues that have been brought up. So there are concerns that because of the strikes that have happened in 2020 for 10 months, and then, of course, we know the recently called off one that happened for 8 months this year. And for those who have written JAM, they're wondering if their admissions have been cancelled. He says that no admission has been cancelled for any session or for any institutions, except if the Senate of those institutions say so. He explained that JAM is just like a coordinating center to make sure that no student is shortchanged and supervises the admission process, the exam process, but that students have to now go to these institutions to confirm when their admissions will start running. He explained also that because of the strikes, it has affected the academic sessions for many schools. So some schools they're still running their 2020, 2021 sessions, some 2021, 2022, some 2022, 2023. So you need to go to those institutions and find out where you would fall, but that none of the admissions that have been licensed or validated by JAM have been cancelled.
Okay, so the prices within the PDP escalated yesterday, especially after Governor Autumn of Benue State insisted that the flag bearer of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, must apologize to him publicly. He did acknowledge that that Atiku apologized to him privately, but he said that would not suffice because he said that his people were stealing herdsmen's cattle in Benue and he must apologize publicly. In the same vein, the former Ondo State Governor, Olusegun Mimiko, also rejected the offer to become the presidential campaign coordinator for Ondo State, said that he cannot leave Governor Wike at this time, that he's aligned with Governor Wike's position that the IU must go, and he would not accept that position as coordinator. So obviously the rift is within PDP is yet to abate, and we just hope that this can somehow...
It doesn't even affect them.
I hope it doesn't affect the elections, because now that certain governors are refusing to support his candidacy...
The House is
divided. Okay, another story in Nation?
Yes, so we know that the Kogi State government and Dangote Group have recently been at loggerheads, and they've been fighting over the ownership of Obajana cement factory. And the state government had, on October 13, 2022, given the cement factory 48 hours to shut down following an order of the Kogi House of Assembly, because they were asking them to present their papers to show that they actually own and they got the company from the right, channel. So Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja yesterday restrained the Kogi State government from shutting down Dangote Cement PLC in Obajana. And they also stopped the state government from disrupting or suspending the activities of Dangote Coal Mines Limited and Dangote Industries Limited in Okaba, Ampa local government area, and in Olamaboru local government area, respectively. The argument they had, as a lawyer that represented the companies, was saying that this will affect cement production in the whole of Nigeria and also affect people who are working in these companies. And so they must allow them to, finish all the proceedings before we now decide who owns the company and not, and who doesn't own the company. But for now, the company must go ahead to continue its job while the matter is in court and being sorted out by the court and the government.
Okay, moving on quickly now to the Punch. 2023 Lagos, Kaduna, Rivers, Kano voters top INEC register. Flooding. Experts warn of epidemic as corpses float. DSS arrests terror suspects. US evacuates non-emergency staff. CBN plans Naira redesign to counter counterfeiting kidnapping. FG announces preferred bidders for Abuja, Lagos airports. Buhari eyes over $1.3 billion trade with South Korea. Tears as BRT vehicle kills trader, an apprentice, and another laborer. An NDLA freezes 20 billion naira in socialites' 103 bank accounts. Which story are we starting with?
Okay.
Go ahead, Nima.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, so the DSS, as the Department of State Services, have arrested 2 terror suspects in Abuja. And they said these 2 terror suspects are supposed to be siblings. According to the Punch report, they're supposed to be siblings, and they were taken into custody on allegations of terrorism. You know that the U.S. In the past 24 hours have issued terror alerts and advisory to their citizens in Nigeria. And that's all. They were supposed to be attacking it more in Abuja.
So they evacuated their staff to safety.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had
Okay,
to-
another
Let's
story.
above the flooding. So we have potential crisis on our hands. So because of the flooding, and we remember the UNICEF had said that out of our 36 states, 34 were states in Nigeria affected by the flooding. And as a result, over 600 people lost their lives, 1.3 million people have been displaced. Over 200,000 houses have been partially or fully damaged. And what is of even greater concern right now is that we have corpses just floating, in the flood. And the Nigerian Medical Association, the president of NMA, was speaking that government needs to do something immediately before we have an epidemic on our hands. He says as of right now, many wells, and sources of water are contaminated, especially in the Bayelsa area. So government needs to do a lot about providing like toilets, proper healthcare facility, camps where people can be. That's for those who have been displaced. And of course, we know if you have corpses just floating around, what this would mean.
You see, it goes back again to what we said about this local government. I hate to discuss it, but you see, this is a local government problem.
Yes.
We have a budget. These are the things, because the federal government cannot come and help
I don't
us.
understand. Is it Buhari that will come and...
That's what. So the failure of the local government. That's the problem we're having in this country. Let me let you go. Sometimes it just gets on. Go ahead. Let's take another story.
Yes. So 3 persons were confirmed dead. Several others injured Wednesday when a BRT bus rammed into a market fence at Alapmere in K2 area of Lagos State. He said the driver was, driving with his passengers, and then he lost. His brake failed, and he rammed into people who were trying to cross the road. There was a market woman who was just coming back from the market. There was an apprentice and a wheelbarrow pusher, and 3 of them died instantly. About 8 others were injured. And so eyewitnesses were saying that the BRT in those areas have brake problems. They are always dragging the road with commuters, that their brakes are always failing there, and the government needs to look into this. Since it's the BRT buses belong to the government, they must make sure that they maintain it so that we don't have all of this.
Some of them are actually private owned because they give private
partners.
But they should
partners,
but they should be
but they should be able
monitored.
to regulate and ensure that they are. Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our reviews. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria, on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail, or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the papers, and I'll go to the story, the picture story. Buhari's eyeing about $1.3 billion from South Korea. He is in South Korea and trying to woo investors to come to Nigeria. According to him, he would like them to invest in our oil and gas trade, manufacturing, ICT, creative industry, and cultural exchange. He has assured them that his administration has prioritized power infrastructure, and they have also ensured that there'll be about 25,000 megawatts of electricity by 2025. He also told them that as regards clearing of cargo, giant strides have been digitized for the processes to be fast-tracked so that the sea parts will be expedited and all that. So he's winning investors from South Korea, hoping that they would indeed become partners for us. He was speaking with his counterpart, Mr. Yoon Suk-yeol, at the Presidential Palace in South Korea. Any other story in Punch? Nima, you wanted the story?
No.
Okay, let's move on now quickly to the Daily Sun. Security agents raid Abuja Estate. U.S. asks nationals to leave Nigeria. Kanu records another legal victory against federal government. External debt rises to $40 billion in 7 years, DMO reports. Catholic Church will mobilize effectively for polls, says Priest Association. Benue killings or Tom Fumes fault article. Fuel scarcity will increase pump price between 195 naira and 200 naira, says Ipman. Flood destroys 80 billion naira transport for infrastructure. CBN to unveil redesigned 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 notes by December 15th. And preliminary voters register hits 93.5 million, says INEC. Which story are we starting with, BC?
Central Bank of Nigeria,
Yes,
Mr. Godwin Emefiele, yesterday said that they are planning to unveil a newly redesigned banknotes of 200 naira, 500 naira and 1,000 naira by December 15th this year. So he was asking depositors to make sure that they exchange their old currencies for new ones before January 31st. So they're going to, first of all, release by December 15th the new notes, and then you still have the old notes work side by side till January 31st. So one of the reasons they wanted to do this is the fact that they said 3.23 trillion of money in circulation, only 2.77 trillion, only 2.77 trillion is outside the bank's system. It's in people's private houses and vaults. That the Nigerians keep a lot of cash at home. That makes up about 80% of money outside the bank's control. And so they're trying to see how these people can bring in all of this money, because there's this, according to international best practice that we're always talking about, they're supposed to be changing the notes in 5 to 8 years, and they haven't done so in 20 years. Yep. So this is an opportunity to do it and ensure that they are able to, you know, give the Naira notes more dignity. They also realize that a lot of fake notes are available, especially from 500 naira to 1,000 naira. This will also help clean out the system. Now, some people now will always come up with conspiracy theories. Say, are you sure this is for the right cause, or you want to do it so you want to release money for politicians and big boys at this time? Okay. But if they are going to be getting money from everybody, people that have money in their vaults, it's a way of pushing money into the banking system. The argument is that the banks will have enough cash so that they can even give loans with little interest for businesses and all that. So money may just likely flow.
Any other stories?
INEC. Go on. Okay, so INEC is saying that they have identified 23 of their officials who have been attempting to register fake voters ahead of the 2023 elections. This was also in response to the coalition of united political parties that had raised alarm that certain members of a political party were trying to manipulate the voters' registers with fake names. So INEC responded to them and said that, in fact, as of now, they have 23 officials that will face disciplinary actions for as many as 40 attempts or more to register one fake voter. It's interesting. He also disclosed that an estimated 93.5 million voters will tentatively participate in the general elections. Also, it shows that about 12 million Nigerians successfully completed the registration as new voters. The numbers, and then he says that the rigorous cleaning up of the data using the automated biometric identification system, which they call ABIS, also shows that over 2 million Nigerians have been that registered were identified as being ineligible registrants, invalidated from the record because of double or multiple registrations, underage persons, and outrightly fake registrations. Right. It just says that there's a whole process, but INEC is assuring Nigerians that it's committed to giving us a free and fair elections. It also said that there's nothing that the bimodal voter accreditation system would continue, nothing will take that away, and also the transmission of results in real time will be part of the election going forward, and INEC is doing its very best to give us a free and fair election.
Okay, so new data has emerged on the floods that we've suffered over this period of time, and I like that the federal government, ministers for works and housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, alongside the Minister for Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, Humanitarian Affairs, Minister for Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, and the Minister for Information and Culture were briefing press, and the Minister for Works explained that 154 locations with transport infrastructure worth 80 billion naira has been affected, impaired, or damaged by this flood. And, this, of course, 612 lives, 1.4 million Nigerians displaced, thousands of properties destroyed as well. And he also went on to absolve the federal government of blames. Nigerians have been blaming the federal government for not providing shelter for people to relocate to when they issued the flood warning. And he said that sometimes we becloud these things. This providing shelter is not the exclusive prerogative of the federal government or exclusive duty of the federal government. There are state governments and there are local governments. I totally completely agree with him, because when the ecological funds come, they are disbursed to states. And states are supposed to prepare.
And local government.
And when you have disasters like this, you don't go all the way to the center.
Exactly.
The response should come from local governments and state governments within here, you know. And he took a holistic reply. In the same report, you see the governor of Bayelsa State saying that our federal government have not, and I'm wondering,
I don't understand.
What happened to the
ecological
Bayelsa is a flood-prone state.
Simple.
It is a waterlogged state. Ecological fund disbursed to these states, along with all the excesses from oil production. What did you do to prepare?
Nigerians, the importance of our local government, because we can't keep going to the federal.
At all.
People have budgets. States sometimes collect the money and they give to the local government. They're asking for local government autonomy. Okay, until that time, states are giving you the money. The money states is giving you.
What are you doing with it?
You're saying that the disaster management ministry did not reach out to relieve your people. You, that you own the state, you've gone around the boats. You've done, I saw the pictures of the governor going around the state. These are your own people, your own blood, your own kit and kin. What is it?
These are the people that elected you.
I was going to take the story about the Catholic Church in, I think it's in Calabar yesterday, was saying that they will mobilize lots of citizens to exercise their franchise during the elections. According to them, they did the same thing to get them to register, to do their voters registration, and they will also participate in ensuring that everybody within their own sect is able to vote. And I think that's a good thing. I think that all other religious bodies across board should do the same thing, because these are very important elections coming up, and everybody should be able to get people to, don't compel them to vote for your own candidate, but at least get them to vote for their conscience across board.
Right.
Let's move on quickly now to Vanguard. How much time do we have? Not much time. Some INEC staff tried to enroll fake voters 40 times, says Yakubu. Banks tax remittances to federal government up to 40%. Terror alert, FG, US disagree on citizens' evacuation. Stop the sale of TBS, Lagos tells federal government. PSN raises alarm over mass exodus of pharmacists. Court to federal government, return Kanu to Kenya, pay 500 million naira damages. Court restrains Kogi government from shutting down Dangote cement. ASU strike, JAM hasn't cancelled any admissions, says registrar. Okay, which story are we taking in Vanguard?
Nnamdi Kanu. So the Federal High Court sitting in Umuahia yesterday ordered the federal government to pay 500 million as damages to the IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for forcefully abducting and renditioning him from Kenya June last year. You know, the first judgment that they had, he was asked to be released, which the federal government has refused to release him, citing excuses like he's a flight risk, he poses as a form of security threat to the southeast and all that. So traditional rulers and representatives of the clergymen in Igbo land disagreed with the federal government, said that he's not at a flight risk, he's not posing, in fact, he's going to even unite the people of the southeast and calm them down from their agitations. So he went further, his lawyers, and slammed a fresh 100 billion suit against the federal government, which the judgment we saw yesterday. So it's been a back and forth. Now that this is the second judgment he's getting to be released and taken back to his place, I think the federal government should obey the rule of law, so that it doesn't seem like there's something else that they are not telling us.
But I also like the fact that he got a judgment in his favor, because when these things happen in Nigeria, we should amplify it and highlight it, because people think the Nigerian state has failed.
The judiciary
everything is bad in Nigeria.
I agree.
When you have a judgment where somebody who is obviously against the government gets a judgment in his favor, it's a good thing. And we must be able to remind ourselves that, listen, our country is not failed yet. There's still there's not failing. There's still hope. There's still hope.
And it shows a form of justice and equity happening here.
If you must give anything to the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, you will give that the judiciary has continued to show their independence on that.
Autonomy,
It doesn't, meddle into
back in the day, you can find the government to meddle into these things, but he doesn't.
In the same way, let's quickly beg the AGF to follow the rule of law.
They should follow the rule of law
TBS. The Lagos State Attorney General of Lagos State has written to him to remind him that he went to court for the court to declare the ownership of the TBS to be that of the federal government, and that that matter is still in the court, and they're hearing reports that they're trying to concession the TBS to raise money to finance the budget. That should be put on hold until that court case is settled.
Okay, I think that is all. Is there any other interesting story? That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, We'll have our sponsor segment with I Create Club. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Thanks for staying with us. It's time for another I Create Club segment sponsored by Vitafoam. Vitafoam has been consistent in supporting the club's activities across 100 primary schools because they have a passion for investing in the next generation. Today on the show, we'll be having and speaking with Elizabeth, the 2021-2022 winner of the club's business plan competition. Welcome to the show, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Yes, so before you go any further, tell us about yourself and introduce the person next to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Moakman. I am 9 years old. I attend the Living Spring Schools and I'm in grade 6. I am the winner of the I Create Club Business Plan category, sponsored by Vitafoam Nigerian PLC. And here with me is Mrs. Gabriel, my teacher.
Good morning.
Great. So before we go further, good to have you, Mrs.
Thank you very much.
So before we go any further, we're going to show the 40 seconds clip of her, the fantastic job she's done. Watch this.
Wow. So what were you thinking before your name was announced? Because the look on your face just was priceless.
I felt very excited. It was a magical moment for me. I'm very grateful to the I Create Club and Vitafoam Nigeria PLC for giving me the platform to express myself.
Okay, so I saw in that video that you had your face on the newspaper. I think it was Punch newspaper. How did you arrive at that?
I felt very blessed. I felt like a celebrity.
So I heard that this that your business idea was inspired by your frequent trip to the salon with your mom. Tell us about that.
Okay, thank you very much. I can remember like yesterday, the first time my mom told me we were going to the salon. I was so excited because I thought a salon is a place where you can relax and have fun while making your hair. But when I got to the salon, it was all different. There were adult-sized chairs, adult TV programs, and even adult conversations were going on. I was so disappointed. As if that was not enough, when it was my turn to make my hair, the hairdresser pulled and pulled my hair until I began to cry. Then my mom intervened and said we were going home. That was the first time I conceived the idea of a salon only meant for children.
Amazing. I'm glad that your disappointment helped you come up with a plan to have a children's salon. So can you tell us some of your plans, your vision for that, your children's salon?
Okay. I thought, why can't there be a salon where children can relax and have fun while making their hair? Why can't there be a salon where children can be treated nicely and kindly while making their hair? Why can't there be a salon with children-sized chairs, children TV programs, and where children can feel safe to interact with themselves? Then I said, I'm going to have a salon that has all those features.
Well, I'm sure you must be very proud of yourself. I can see your teacher has a basket that you brought on set.
These are her
Can you let us know what is?
Okay.
In this basket, I have some things I will need to start my business. This is a hair dryer for drying my customers' hair. This is a conditioner for treating my customers' hair. This is a clipper for cutting my customers' hair. This is a comb for combing my customers' hair. Here also, I have a record book to keep record of my finances and the customers that come to my salon.
Already?
Mommy saw this one.
I hear you have some flyers too. Tell us about the flyers.
You can have a look at some.
Please, you need to.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
So I made the design with my mom, and the printer helped us to print it out as a means of reaching out to my customers and letting them know about my services.
You seem to have thought out everything for this our business.
Yes.
Because I'm definitely going to patronize you, okay? But what is your plan to stand out in the salon industry?
Actually, I haven't seen any around my area. I believe that mine is going to be the first around. Even if you will see some places that claim to be children's salon, they don't maintain children-friendly standard. But in my own salon, it's going to be a place with children TV content. That's why we are going to have a chaperone station to ensure that the salon is as it should be. In addition, I'm going to provide interesting books for my customers to engage their minds positively while making their hair.
Has books, yeah?
This is an example of a book I'm going to have in my salon. In fact, my salon is going to be more than just a salon. It's going to be a place where my customers can bond, share ideas, and simply be happy.
Let me clap. Very, very commendable.
Simply put, I have a dream of a world-class salon which will last for many years.
This is what she has here.
Well, a little bit you said that you wanted to be a teacher. Do you still want to be a teacher, and how do you plan to combine this with your business?
Yes, you're very right. I want to be a teacher when I grow up. I think that a role of a teacher is to impact knowledge. So, my dream is to take teaching to the salon by spreading nuggets of knowledge through books and other provided materials in the salon. Here, I have some notes that will inspire my customers to keep reading. There is no such thing as a child who hates to read. There are only children who have not found the right book.
Oh, fantastic. So I heard that you haven't spent your prize money. You haven't used it to buy snacks and paintings and stuff. How come? What do you plan to use with it?
You're very right, Ma. I'm very passionate about my dream of a children's salon. So I have no intention of touching my prize money until that dream comes to fulfillment by God's grace.
Wow.
Auntie teacher, how do you feel listening to her speak?
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much. I'm truly grateful. Okay, Elizabeth is a pupil from the Living Spring Schools, and this great achievement is a result of the hard work and contribution of all the staff at the school. At the Living Spring Schools, we provide rounded Christian education that enables our learners to excel using their God-given talent. We train our children to be best in class by global academic standard, where they can excel, become leaders of influence by themselves. Now, what we are celebrating today is creativity at its peak. And we are talking about Elizabeth's creativity. And this came out of her own personal experience. Now, like we have the midterm now. So whenever we have midterm in school, we give them what we call the midterm project. So while she was in grade 4, the midterm project for that time was to design an advert for a sports event. And it was already projected on the smart board. But something happened immediately. I got this inspiration. So at this point, I'll give the credit. I'll acknowledge God at this point. It was not me. What I wanted them to do was on the smart board already. But the idea was, now create and design an advert of your choice. I told them, you need to tell me the purpose of your advert, the message behind your advert, your target audience, your market, and the prizes you'll be giving out. You know, I was able to create this picture in their minds that you could see their eyes sparkling. I knew they understood what I was trying to say. So when they got home, they came back with amazing, you know, adverts. Hers was about a salon, beautiful pictures. I had this other child, he came with robot, the other one with ice cream. And so I needed to publish them at the entrance of the school hallway that same day. We had parents calling. Where is the salon? Because there was a contact on it. And the mom called me, and said, Mrs. Gabriel, what's happening? I'm getting calls. I say, yes, we've started business, so we are into it. And, you know, that was in her grade 4. So while she was in grade 5, I was now the class teacher. That was when the iCreate Club came in and said for grade 5, they're going to draw a business plan. I now told them, voila, no stress here, because what we are going to do here is what you've done before in grade 4. Right. So they should just go ahead. And she did. She was picked. We came for the presentation out of 5 schools. She was declared the winner. Fantastic. So we are truly grateful.
Great.
You're very grateful.
Well, so that's been phenomenal. And I congratulate you for the great job you've done so far.
Thank you very much,
It has been another inspiring session chatting with another product of the I Create Club. Vitafoam remains the ever-supportive sponsor of every one of the club's nurturing activities. As has been mentioned in previous weeks, our viewers get a chance to win Vitafoam Memory Pillow after the show. For more information, visit the I Create Club's Instagram page at iCreateClubNG for more details. That's all we can take on this segment. See you after the break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria, on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja.
Thanks for staying with us. So to inspire heroism in young children, Indomie instant noodles under the parent company Duffel Primal Foods PLC instituted a corporate social responsibility initiative that seeks to identify and reward the positive efforts of children in society. Here with us today is Victor Olaiwale, who is the 2018 winner of the physical bravery category, and also with us is the Group Corporate Communications Director, that is Mr. Temitope Asiwaju. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very
much. Good to have you, sir, in our midst today.
Thank you very much.
So we've heard of your bravery and heroic story. Tell us a bit about when it happened, what age were you when it happened, and how old are you now?
It happened at the age of 9, when I was 9 years old. Now I'm 19 years old.
That was 10 years ago. Wow.
Wow. So, give us like a brief history of what happened and why you decided to do what you did.
Okay, the story begins like I and my mom were coming from a church. So we're about to cross the road. Middle of the road, I saw a bus running directly to her. So I had no choice than to run for it. I pushed her away, but it was too late for me. So I got hit by the bus.
Wow, at 9.
Wait, did you think about it? You just thought to protect your mother.
To protect my mother.
That is so beautiful to hear. But also, you did not go away unscathed. You had some injuries. Can you tell us about that?
I had to amputate my left leg.
Oh my God.
So your left leg got damaged?
Yeah.
And it had to be amputated, and now you use a prosthetic.
Artificial leg.
Tell us about the Heroes Award that you received, because I know you were recognized by Duffel Foods Indomie Noodles 2018. Tell us about how that award made you feel and how your family was able to appreciate the award to make them proud.
I felt great about the award. I was very, very honored. The award changed my life different ways. My academics and my medical state. My family was very, very happy and grateful for Indomie.
Even before the award, how was your family's response to what you did at that age?
I was the hero in the family.
The what?
I was the hero in the family.
Oh, nice. Let's come to Mr. Asiwaju. Tell us, why did Duffel Primal Foods decide to start this heroic award?
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning, viewers. So for us at Duffel Primal Foods, what actually brought up the initiative was in year 2008. Having looked through, we did an environmental scan, and we found out that most people who have been rewarded or who have actually got this kind of recognition have been older people who, of course, while doing some of these things, they knew the implication and they knew that some kind of reward would come their way. And we looked at that space, and we looked at there was no award or instituted for children of this age. So we decided that we're going to play in that space. And that was why we started the initiative called the Indomie Heroes Award. So initially when we started, we categorized it into 3, which was the physical bravery, the social bravery, and the intellectual bravery. Like you said, Victor, his was more of a physical thing, and that was why he won. There are lots of stories that are being told behind the scene. So essentially, we just realized that there are so many good things happening in this country called Nigeria. So rather than continue to hear of those negative stories, we decided that we're going to identify and recognize some of these youngsters who have gone out of their way to do extraordinary things. And that's why the Indomie Heroes Award it is today.
So what did Victor get from the award? What exactly?
Okay, so when we I mean, just like any other person, when we had Victor's story, I'm sure the way he has actually captured it, I'm not probably capturing well. So it was actually, they were coming from church, and there was a car, or there was a bus with brake failure, which ran directly to them. Unfortunately, he was behind. He knew that the bus would probably hit the mom first. Yeah. So spontaneously, he dashed down, pushed the mom out of the way, but unfortunately for him, his legs were still behind, and the bus crashed him. He was taken from hospital to hospitals, and eventually they found out that, okay, maybe gangrene started setting in, and it was a tough decision for even the family. You know, why some of this? I mean, it was a tough decision because you know how parents or family would be like, okay, let's see if something will happen. And with that waiting process, there was more damage. Yes. And they had to eventually agree that it was going to be amputated. So, I mean, we got these stories. There was a panel of judges who looked through some of these stories, and they felt that, oh, it was worthy of being recognized. And that year, he got 1 million naira, aside from being brand ambassador to Indomie, of course, aside from the product supports. And we also do what's called Trail on Pass Winners, which is part of what we're doing here today. So from the time that they had won, I mean, we've never left any of these winners. So they're like part of our family. So, and I mean, you can see 10 years ago, he's still with us. I mean, when he won, he probably would have been in secondary school. Now he's in the university.
Wow. So Indomie never left you?
No.
Oh, fantastic.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So tell us, are you having this Indomie Awards this year, or is there a version coming up this year? Tell us about it.
Okay, so, I mean, just like you said, 14 years ago, we've been doing this year in, year out, and this year would not be any different. I mean, this will happen on Saturday, 29th of October, 2022, and it's going to be beamed live on all TV stations. So that's what we're expecting. And this year, specifically, I can tell Nigerians that we'll have 6 winners, and 6 of them will also, I mean, almost same category. So it's not as if we're doing 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Yeah. It's just 6 straight winners. We just decided that we're going to reward 6 extraordinary children.
Yeah. Maybe just for people who are just catching on to these awards, what do you do to be eligible? Sorry, not to be eligible, like, do you have someone nominate a person, or you look out for people yourselves?
Okay, so what we do is that we have a research company, or we'll have people who take this research around the country looking for this kind of extraordinary stories. And of course, people also submit these stories to us. I mean, we have a website for that. The company's website, www.tufil.com. You have www.heroesofnigeria.com, which you can submit your story. So it's a story, it's a continuous thing. So even as we're sitting down here, people are sending in stories which will also be gathered. Eventually, we'll give these stories to a panel of judges who will decide. Yes, so
and sift out.
Exactly. So that's what.
So it's the final 6 we're going to be celebrating on Saturday.
On Saturday, yes. So beyond, apart from the 6 people, for them to have submitted or qualified alone makes them a hero.
Yes.
It's just that maybe they are not now in the front burner, but they are also being celebrating their rights. Yes.
And can they also be considered afterwards?
So, it depends on the judges. Like I said, we don't, for us, it's just to push the stories to the judges. They decide who becomes the winner, and we celebrate them.
Okay, we have to wrap up. So how do you feel being part of the Indomie family and Indomie Hero?
I feel great. I'm very, very happy about that. I'm part of them, and they take care of me with a lot of good times, and I don't want to leave them forever.
I hope they don't leave you too.
Fine, she's good.
Mom is good?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Our regards.
No, I'm still the one.
You're the only child.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my goodness. In fact, that should be highlighted also.
Yeah.
Well done. Fantastic. So we'll be speaking with the Group Corporate Communications and Event Manager of Duffel Premier Foods, Mr. Asiwaju Timitokwe, and also Olaiwola Victor, the winner of 2018 Indomie Heroes Award. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the show. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll now go to our Thursday gist. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Esther, you're late again.
At At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call
Thanks for staying with us. So one of the hottest news in Nigeria today is about the paramount lord, the Ooni of Ife, Oba Ogunwusi Enitan, who recently married the 7th wife. I think as this week was the 7th wife came in exactly 2 days after the 6th wife. And we've been seeing this in the past few weeks where he's been marrying back to back. And although it is within his discretion to do, but it's something worth talking about. Why is the king marrying so many wives almost at once? If you recall, he had married one before who left unceremoniously, I must say. The second wife was also taken. That's the Queen Naomi, came in. and she was very celebrated. Then at some point, she said she had left the palace and started posting stuff on Facebook, telling us the issue. She didn't go directly to what happened, but she was conveying the message that she wasn't happy. And many people interpreted that in different ways. Since then, reports had it that she went back to the palace and then she went out again, back and forth. And then, recently, we celebrated that the Ooni finally married a new wife. A week or 2 weeks after then, he started marrying them back to back. What are your thoughts on this? As I said, we're not trying to condemn anybody. We're just trying to discuss it and see what does it mean, especially where these women are aware that there are multiple wives. They are going there knowing that they are number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3. What do you think about this arrangement? And how would you interpret this in your own view? You can call us on the numbers 08127053687, 09139076948. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. But discussing this in different compartments because it's a lesson to women and to men alike. Some would say, is it not clear that women can actually survive in polygamy? Successful, because these women, they clearly know it's a polygamous relation and they're fine with it. Should women begin to accept the reality that polygamy might be an option for you to appreciate when your husband says he wants to bring in a second, third wife? What are your thoughts on this whole arrangement? Let me start with you, BC. Oh, I started with you, man.
No, BC must start. No, BC must start.
BC
starts.
For me,
Don't agree.
I'm just telling myself, in my next life, I wish I would not be a man. Like I enjoy some of these perks, you know. He's a king, and traditionally, this is the way to go. Because I remember before we had the white people coming, Christianity and all that, polygamy was what Africans practiced, except for men who decided, I just don't have wahala. I don't want wahala. I want to stay with one woman. A few men, even in those times, decided to stay with one woman, depending on how they felt at the time.
Let me pause you. I'm told your mic is off. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
For staying with us, we're still discussing the speculations that the Ooni of Ife, Oba Enitan Ogunwusi, will be planning to pick up the 7th wife this week. But you were saying something about this.
I'll just try to be brief because of time. So I was saying that I wished I was, maybe my next life I'll be a man so that I can enjoy some of the specs, because I remember that back in the days, polygamy was what Africans practice, except as a man, you decide to just marry one. You don't want plenty wahala. But it sort of solved a lot of issues for men at the time. He helped them live longer, because you have wives who are, yes, men, our forefathers lasted long. They had wives who were taking care. The wives took care of their children, you know, helped with the farmland and all that. So the stress was easier on the man at the time. I'm just talking about back in those days and now. And being a traditional leader, the culture still demands that it's okay for you to have more than. We need to fill up the palace, have people around to attend to the different people who come in. So it's part of tradition. That one is good when you know that I want to get into a royal family, you should expect that you have more people join you. So the women sort of know what it entails. But I'm just very curious about the quality of this harem. The quality is impeccable. As in different professions, they are intelligent women, they are made women. It's not like they brought you from your father's house and you don't have anything gumming your body. So the sort of conversations that they would have, the sort of issues that they would have will be different from a regular man out there who just picks women and marries them.
Your initial thoughts on this. I'll come back to you. Let me, Nima, your initial thoughts on this fact that our king is about to get the 7th wife.
In fact, it's until the king says stop. Maybe they'll get to 100, because really, I'm not surprised. The only thing that paining me is that, it leaves speculation so much. And for royalty, I don't expect that of royalty. So what you are is what you put your mouth.
Exactly.
When Queen Naomi came in, there was one time we took one story of her complaining of, too many women. But Asha, the drummer, Ara, the drummer, had said that, it's normal to have concubines, that those women were not... When the first queen left, the Benin woman, that they were just normal to have women. The king was husband to all the widows. That was how she explains. That all the women, but these ones that are coming, they're not widow. They were coming. And when Queen Naomi now came in and started having some of her issues too, she suggested that, she couldn't find, throughout her pregnancy, she couldn't even see her husband, and that there was so much complexities inside the palace with the scam. After a while, initially there was a press briefing from one person from the palace saying, it's not possible. They slept and woke up in the same house. All those things we read, and then, not confuse us. A king doesn't approbate and reprobate. Kings, they sit down. They basically without apologies. They do things, they do it assertively. Not be going front, come back. Go. You are a king. If you want to make 100, it's good if the women are willing. Shall not kidnap person picking. But once you're doing that, do it full
But this is a king that initially came out as like, that he was going to have one wife. Did
he tell you that?
He just looked very, but I don't think he ever made, just like you said, he never came out in the open to make it look like, listen, I'm going to have multiple. He made it look as if he was dedicated to just one wife. And then what happened? Why didn't he just keep the other lady in the house? Why did the lady have to go?
They were already in the house. The lady would determine if something she wants to do. You're right. When he first came, there was this perception, which is a modern king. And so with modernity, as we know, monogamy is what a lot of people are practicing right now, even in Africa and, so many other royal homes across the world. And the fact that also when he ended up with Naomi being a prophetess, so this was supposed to be a powerfully spiritual Christian royalty,
It was very confusing.
But we found out that this was not something that was working, behind the scenes, because if we go to Naomi, because she's quite vocal, she's on social media, she says a lot, and mentioned that the way he is to the public is not the way he is behind the scenes. So I guess he's decided, you know what, I'm taking off this mask, and I'm just going to show you who I really am. I'm a man, an African man, and I know my traditional rights. And it includes having a harem. But he also says that the reason why it's important is that there's just so many things to be done in the palace, and to do it the way it was insinuated, like to do it with one wife, didn't work out. It was good to have many representatives, to help work this out. So I'm saying, these things that they are doing, and they not get workers to do it. Give us your list of, give us the job description. Do we have to marry you to do this job?
Let me even read this article, because he said the Ooni of Ife, while making at this 45th birthday anniversary and 7th coronation anniversary, had clarified why he married Mariam Manoko and the others. So he's telling us why he's having to marry multiple. I tried to read the reason, and I didn't understand. Maybe you would understand. The Ooni explained that he tried making some changes, but he couldn't. Maybe referring to the decision to keep only one queen and have concubines. The monarch said that he said of the traditional heritage of Ile-Ife, this institution is bigger than me, beyond me. People in this palace are more than 800. They are close to 1,000. There are some people who have been here in the palace for 60 years. Others have lived here for 80 years. In fact, there's 100 years old in this palace. If I had my way, I tried to challenge it, but it blew up in my face. Thank God I'm still alive.
Jesus.
It's an easy.
What may I?
Wait,
what I deduce from this?
So, I think. Sorry, Miriam. I think. First of all, he doesn't need to explain. He's a king. Chest it. You're taking the decision with your full chest. You're a king. The organization allows this. The traditional institution allows this. Why are you explaining to people? Are you doing it so that people will now say, he doesn't want to, but he wants to? Are you marrying them, but you not touch them? Wait, see, calm down. Are you marrying them, you not touch them? Are you marrying them for the institution? You are going to be the one enjoying the things and the benefits from. So chest it. Pick them, don't explain to us, we expect it. My pain is because people have been asking questions. Do we go back to polygamy? Is polygamy working for us? Because even the people who suggested monogamy to us have issues now.
Yeah, the issues, give me the data.
The issues now are that the monogamy is now moving to a different direction. That's one. Two, every day we are hearing fight of side chick and wife. Side chick, on this table we discuss it. So the question is, are you sure people will not begin to think polygamy now? Would it solve the issues that we're having fights and knocking bottle? The other day we took a story, somebody knocked bottle on somebody's wife. You know, will that solve that issue? But for me, if it has to be polygamy, please state it from the beginning as we are cutting. Tell me that I'm likely going to add more. Are you okay with it? But don't jump on me after a few years and say, I now want somebody else.
Okay, so for what I deduce from what he said is, for me, I'm looking at it practically, it's going to be very expensive to run a palace with all those people in there. And if we're going to do just the king and the one wife, you know, what exactly is she bringing? When men used to marry many wives, they were not just pretty women sitting at home. It was economic, you know. And now we know how our traditional system works. It's not like they're directly plugged to the treasury. There's no money coming, you know, from anywhere like that. So you need to bring people who can stand behind you. And these caliber of women that I see, these are women who have money. So they will give everybody a constituency. This is your constituency. From 600 to 800 years old, this is you. Make sure that they are catered to, you know, things like that. I guess there are people who are going to school. It's a big family, and they have to find a way to do it. They need to, it's a revenue generation sort of thing, you know. Because if the man decides to stay with one wife, the king decides to stay with one wife, who will now do this job of raising money to run the kingdom?
Family members.
The family members, you know.
The royalty.
So this, and I feel that, and I don't think that this is the only way to raise money. I don't think, but if he has to do it quickly, this is the way to go. But going forward, so that we even have a more sustainable royal tradition, I just feel that we have to have, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and I stand corrected. Do we have those, do royal families have like businesses that they do that caters just largely for the royal home and the running of the royal home?
I like to believe that Buckingham Palace too had lots and lots of people to,
yeah, but they have businesses.
So they have business, but I'm talking about the fact, do they need to have multiple wives to handle this? That's the question. Do you need to have, can there be a system that can function seamlessly without having multiple?
They have a firm. They call it the firm. That's the people that run the business of the royal family.
So that's one person.
Yes. Well, from what I hear, I may be wrong because I'm not from the royal family. What I hear, most of the lands in their country is owned by the royal family.
That one
they pay the same. But how much of it do we have? We have our royal families with really large
colonies. You mean?
Let's go. Now you know. Let's go back. Let's go back to these wives. I want to bring the conversation. I want to come to because the king, as you said, can do his kabiosi, right? We can't ask him questions. Now the queen, there are at least as of from this weekend, there'll be 7 of them. How do they exercise their presence? How would we advise them if they were your sisters? What would you tell them? We don't want to be hearing scandals.
I don't want to advise us.
I'm just saying, what do we say on this matter?
We're
monogamy.
They say I don't know how to push it. Something you see during daytime, you can't go and step into it at night now.
What does that mean?
They know what they are.
They know.
They know how to organize
the waste you see in the afternoon.
Okay.
You cannot walk into that waste in the night, say, because darkness don't come. You know to avoid that road. So now they are clear eye. They take come. there must be some benefits, some prestige. I know that, women that have known married royalties, they married them in no matter the numbers that they were, because of the class and prestige that comes with that. That's where me I'm from, though. But this economic arrangements that a normal non-monarch man would do is not something that is expected of royalty for me. That's where I see it. It cannot be bad that your subjects, Babani, or the groups of people will leave you to have to arrange an economic arrangement with women.
Never.
Kings married for pleasure. We have kings too. That it's not the only. We have kings that our kings, when they step out, the people of the kingdom are the ones saying, my king cannot be looking less. So people of Ife, let's ask you people a question. What are you people providing so that your king is doing from a comfort place and is marrying women for pleasure? Because a pleasure king, they marry women.
Yes, no, I agree with you.
Let's remember, let me just add to this. Let's remember, royalty always marry from royalty.
Yeah.
The queen that is coming with her gold and her silver.
Yes.
They've always married because you also come from wealth yourself and you're bringing something to the house, to the home,
Miriam,
the royal home.
If it is for status, see, the king of my own kingdom, my own place where I'm from in Edo, when he was a young accountant, lawyer and everything in the UK where he ran his firm, he had a different tribe woman. The moment he came into royalty, they first of all gave him daughter of the soil. Then another king looked at him and said, no, the queen in the palace must be from... So there's separate reasons, but for a king to be married for economic reasons, it's
something
confusing.
Is wrong. Yes, so hold
because
on. Yes.
The people that, whatever is coming from the soil or whatever they have, and Osho is rich in gold.
So we're speculating.
So he didn't tell us. Yeah, so he didn't tell us he's marrying for economic reasons, of course. But I know that kings, even from the time of old, married for those two reasons. So one could be economic. Not economic, status. Not because for status. So royal family meets royal family. Another one could be for entertainment, pleasure. I just find this lady attractive and I want to have this lady, whether or not she's from a royal family, so to speak. But every kingdom has its resources. So I came from a royal family as well in Asaba. And I know that as at the time I was growing up, about 80% of the land in Asaba belonged to my family. We still have a river that they pay royalties to my father because he's the first son now. They pay royalties to him till today. Till today, we don't buy fresh fish in Asaba. Big fish they bring for my father. Till today, we don't buy yam. There are some things we don't. So those things come from the subjects and people who are farming in the farmlands and all of that. That's equips the palace, so there's always food in the palace and all that. So if another queen is coming with her own things, it's just additional to what the kingdom provides. And I know that when they sell land, they don't just release everything. There are still forms of royalties that will be paid to the palace that helps in the running of that kingdom. So that one takes care of the day-to-day activities, finances and all that. So nobody is coming in to come and be hungry in the house. But as a queen, you yourself are expected to have your own. I'm sure that's why when you are picking, you now pick somebody that can hold her own and take care of her children and all of that. But these women, the question you asked, how are they going to be sharing some things? They need to also understand that thing that they're looking to share, they may not see in a few days, in a few months, because aside from the fact that the king is marrying them, he will still have concubines. I don't know how God created kings, but there's always this large appetite for women. Anywhere they find themselves, there's always somebody there to take care of them. Even in the Bible, we saw the one that married 700, had 300 concubines. So, and I'm wondering, you know what you're getting into. Are you ready? Don't come tomorrow and report to us that you have not seen him in 3 months, or you were giving birth, he was not in the labor room.
Is why
you will not have the privilege of a regular guy like us, who will follow us to the labor room. You will not have that privilege. Are you ready for it?
That's a good question.
The kind of marriage.
And I'll come to you, Miriam. I would like to open our phone lines because really the conversation is about the people. Let's hear your thoughts. The fact that our king, especially the Ooni of Ife, is about to marry his 7th wife this weekend. What are your thoughts on this? I'd really like to hear from our viewers. Call us on 081-270-536-870-9139-076-948. Tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. This is a 48-year-old king.
He's young.
He's young. All his apparatus are still strong.
Working.
You did
in full capacity.
Hey,
are you there?
So marriages like this, I'm sure that they're not like our own domestic small marriages. The expectations from a husband is not the same, that you have for a king.
Yeah.
He may not be there when you're in the labor room. That's why they have all those women around you to surround you. A child, when it's born in a royal family, is presented to the king. And when we hear some stories, then we hear of a really nice and kind king that was part of the process. But usually we hear that the king is seated at the stool and they present the child to him. So these women, I feel that these group of women that have joined the royal family now are more aware, and I think they've been told upfront what the expectations are, and there'll be less problems. The annoying thing is when you come here and thinking this is what is on ground, this is what is supposed to be, and then it changes on you. That's where you find a lot of problems. But here, I feel if you know what your expectations are, you know the days that you're meant to see him or the months you're meant to see him, you know what you're supposed to give and what you're supposed to receive in return. Then you also know when there's a problem, you can point exactly where what you're saying. This is what you promised when I joined. You have not been here every Wednesday like you said you would, So for me, I feel that's why some of these marriages have worked, because they know from the beginning exactly what they are meant to do.
Maybe I'll come back to that because I want to Hassan's call. I'd like to hop on that a bit more. Hassan, are you there? Good morning. Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Morayo in particular. Me, I know you will not take this.
You will not.
I know very, very well.
That you will
Number two is this.
Okay.
You see, with due respect to that throne, to the man on the throne, the man is enjoying himself. The way I'm seeing him. And secondly, I'm seeing him as a man that wanted to spy his runaway former wives. Look, this kind of a thing you are seeing Morayo now. There is another lady now applying from a city to be the eighth wife of the Ooni officer, a medical doctor. Look, you see these ladies are well-established ladies, are career women. They are getting married for their own interests, different interests coming in. And the way I saw the first wives, when they got to the institutions, they were now given the handbook of the traditional institution. Two of them ran away, the one from Benin and the second one from Ulu. So these ones that are going in now, they are going with the mindset, you understand, to withstand the rudiment, the handbook of that institution. It's like what you see in university when you get admitted. They will give you a handbook, contain the doors and doors. Those ones we are seeing now, they are big ladies looking for where to rest their head in. And they have found a place. But you people, you see, we are doing the same something very interesting. She said,
oh, we lost Hassan, but I think I got the point. But I think when the Queen died, Queen Elizabeth died, it kind of brought to the fore culture, tradition of the British people. And those of us who are not very familiar with their way of life and all that, were fascinated about all we saw. And I think this marriage of 7 wives, of this marriage that our king is having, is an opportunity for us to repackage our traditional stool, to present it and accept it as that is what it is, and then celebrate it and say, okay, yes, these wives. Therefore, we shouldn't condemn the actor. Oh, he married her. Go all around town. We're seeing lots of messages. Gabbing the king. What's wrong with him? I think it's time for us to see it for what it is, and then make it and then present it to the world. So that it's something that becomes our culture and our tradition. That's how it's supposed to be.
No, Africans across the world, I don't think we shy away from polygamy when it comes to our royalty. No. It was the manner and the prehistory,
the way he presented himself,
and the way it was done, the way it is going around. I remember there was one Oba in Edo then who was driving through the university, the State University in Ekpoma, and saw a girl in hijab, and he sent somebody to ask for her family and everything. And she said, I'm not interested. She walked away. I said, call her and talk and ask her that the king is in the convoy and I want to know who her father is. And she wanted to continue Bugaya. She said, pick her and put in the car. Abduction was a form of marriage.
Oh,
Back then?
Yes.
Back then, yes.
This I'm telling you happened in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Early 2000s. And when I heard, I was like, I'll train my father. Said, keep quiet.
Doesn't make
Later,
it right.
Auntie.
No,
what is right? No, don't use what is right in their standard.
No.
I tell you, you don't
even your law, even your book of the book.
I'm telling you true. I'm telling you, I'm not finished. He said the moment the king took her home, the shoot gun. Her father received the right price. Simple. Today. So it's the manner, the way, the apologetic way, the way he's doing it. I'm coming. I want to finish this thing. Because these women were saying, all of them are holding NGOs on behalf of the Ooni. Some of them, I hope you've seen that story of some of them holding NGOs, the clinical aid, working in the office of the Ooni. Before this whole consolidation of marriages, it's like, let me just redress this talk. The king, the fear, the send. He does what he needs to do. That's why you're king.
But should we debate Besele? In this 20, we're in 2020.
Be very careful.
Besele means that you just you abduct a woman.
You better be careful.
Where are you? Let's discuss the Besele.
No, we're living in
modern world.
Yes,
can the king see you now and Besele you? You won't accept that.
Also the Oyinbo kings, they used to behead their wives now that they were not happy with, but they will not behead today. So there are some things we will drop.
So we should review it.
But yes, you see the problem. You see, I think the problem also with this particular story is that we expected. First of all, I cannot even remember if it was the royal firm itself on just Nigerians that because he came and he was young at the time and he's Christian, we painted a picture of what we expected him to be, of what he should be. Probably the guy was ready to continue in tradition, but all of a sudden we're hailing this new brand Ooni that is different. Exactly, that is different from everyone. But there's a system on ground. And if you're going to be part of that system, for it to work, there are some things that have to work. And as he has just told us that, see, I tried to do it one way, it did not work. We need wives. We need wives to take care of all the constituencies. So the truth is, when someone now is being crowned or is approached to take the seat, the person also cannot come and say, see, I'm coming and I'm doing it so differently. Then 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, you say, my ancestors, what they saw sitting down, I did not see when I was standing.
That's the point. Chris from Ikorodu, are you there? Sorry for keeping you. Hello, Chris.
Yeah, good morning.
Sorry, go ahead. You're live.
Okay, good morning. I just want to chip in one or two things.
Yes, please.
To the discussion. Well, I thought everything go around when it happened during the time of Naomi. You know, to my own view and my own opinion, the Yoruba said, Obas Bale Ngbogboo. But again, there are many ways the king can get married. They can gift a king a wife. There are some people, they will just come, they will see somebody, the king will not even be aware of it. They will just say they brought a lady as a gift. So that do happen. But if you check the present Ooni of Ife, the issue is just, during Naomi, I thought the king fell in love with Naomi, with Queen Naomi, so to say. Then I think the Ooni of Ife, the throne itself is too big for someone to like feel that kind of, maybe the woman,
All right. So wait, his predecessor, the king, had multiple wives. But some might interpret it that out of respect for these women, he didn't marry them almost all at once.
What's the difference?
They came in years after each other.
What's the difference?
So do these women know another way we can look at it is that, is it not almost demeaning for you to just say within 1 or 2, 3 weeks you're marrying 7 women?
You cannot even physically attend your own.
Wait, so Fela Kuti married how many?
You know, say they're going to condemn her. But that's
see. The fact is, there's a marrying of multiples. However you choose to do it, are we supposed to be questioning it should be 2 years? Who puts the law? It should be 2 years or 3 years or
would you like it where somebody marries you today and tomorrow you marry somebody else?
What it concern me? I don't know say go marry another person.
No, but not immediately.
It not mean. Now the same thing.
You not even done your honeymoon.
People will say, which honeymoon? Do kings do honeymoon?
He could. Honeymoon just means.
I bet leave that.
Honeymoon here means private time with your husband, which you just recently married.
Yes.
So you know they're not even.
The kings of old did not have that time to do honeymoon. Please let me land my point. They didn't have that time to do any honeymoon. You can finish marrying today and you go to the war front. Is it because there's no war going on now?
Had honeymoon now.
Please, you can see, because she had the time to do it does not mean it's the norm. Everybody must go through that honeymoon phase. You know what you're entering. If you get the time with him, fine, enjoy it. If you don't get it, you move on. Go and start doing your activities. When I finish the war front, I'll come and I'll attend to you. That's it. That's one. For me, this bestseller we're talking about, we should review, started from even Bible days. You know, God said, I would, you're looking for kings, Abby. You don't want me to be the direct person in charge. I will give you kings and they will take your wives. They will take your daughters. They will take them by force. It was instituted before we started having kings. And if you look at the history, from time to time, a king can point. I remember when we did MBGN, 2005. So we came to visit, was it MBGN? Yes, MBGN. We came to visit the Oba of Benin. They warned us. Don't look at the Oba's eyes, oh. Once he says, I want this person, that is it. We were so scared. Guess what? The Oba came, looked around. They're not even fine. And it was a relief to us. That's the tradition. Are you going to be questioning? You know, at the time, kings were more superior. They had authority. It's just modernity now that, you know, sort of takes away that power because the governments are now in charge. But at that time, do you want to question the king? Do you want to question the sort of, I don't want to use the word jazz, the sort of medicine that comes out of that place? If they say they want you, you can't. Even your parents will say, please be going. There's nothing we can do about this. So it's the tradition. The kings now that are very educated may not want to, they would want you to come because you want them. And these women were not besele.
Will not allow, even the country's constitution will not allow them.
The besele like that.
Not in England.
We're not in England.
Even the constitution. Even the constitution of our country has limited the powers of the traditional system so much that he will not even be able to do that. That's the fact. Now, yeah. Also, I think we're missing the point of what the expectations of women who marry into royal families are. They're not looking for a honeymoon and come and touch my face.
Kiss me, good morning.
They're looking for status. So they provide, see, whether we like it or not, from old, marriages that involve the royal families have always had to do with building, solidifying empires, solidifying wealth and things like that. And so that queen will come with her different things that she would add to the kingdom. But also that this being part of that harem and being part of the royal family also gives her some sort of status. She enters the market now, everybody's bowing before her. She has some powers herself. And so for these women, it is not that, yes, you may be able to hold your husband and be dancing in the garden. She may not be able to do that with the king, but she's sitting beside him on the throne.
She's got power.
She has some influence. And for some people, that is what they need. I have my money, especially with this caliber of queens. I have my money, I have my education.
Got my power.
I will have my children. I'll take them to the school that I want and everything. And then I also have the respect of these people.
On the society.
And that's enough.
But how is the king? Yes, Nima, how is the king going to manage all this?
He'll be fine.
Manage all this words, please. I want to understand.
The women, I just hope that they understand. You know that our constitution has modernized some things, but it didn't touch some things. When Bashir Ade died, there was this rumor that the women could not remarry.
Yes.
And when we debated it here, somebody corrected that is sacrosanct. When we wanted to apply it when they are laughing, that they said, no, this is Zoyo, it's different from Ife. That they are laughing, they will do their rights, and then the women can then go their ways. These ones that they know that they don't have rights to remarry you.
Oh, they don't have rights to remarry?
No, never.
Sure?
That's it.
Are you sure?
That is it.
Now.
Nobody will take you.
I just confirm for you something that
no man will take you. That's it.
Your view is saying yes.
So if your brother now marries, wants to marry,
no, he can't. Nobody will let you. That's it. Once you have been picked by the king, whether he dies,
you cannot have sugar boy.
No, you can't have. The person will die. That's how. So somebody said something here. Wait, so I'm telling you tradition. You know, I'm a traditionalist. Wait. I want to take this message.
This food where they ration. You know, you cannot come and go and help yourself.
You won't try it. The person will die. Yes. So please, Miriam. Somebody they said, Miriam, leave constitution. Constitution no understand jazz, yo.
Let me take this call from London. Good morning, Femi. Are you there?
Good morning, Nora.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Okay. think royalty is kind of
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Maybe the volume is low, but go ahead, please.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that royalty is kind of an institution whereby it's different from every other marriages, whereby an individual can do what he wants to do. So, right from the olden days, the kings are allowed to have like several wives, like 5, 10, thereabout. But because of nowadays that's why we tend to question the king now. But we're not supposed to do so because following the culture and the tradition, I think it's allowed to have as many wives as possible.
Yeah. He's been on the show for 7 years, and I would have really thought that in 7 years, you would have married all these women, maybe once a year or 2 years. I think it's with some kind of respect to the woman to feel like, okay, I have the king, or somebody sets up an institution. Bringing lots of women within a short space can be very confusing, can be very scary for the women. Because they're coming into a new space.
Do they look confused? I agree with you. Please, wait, Morayo. Please. Do they look scary to you? Do they look scared to you? Do they look? See. Wait, you asked the question initially.
Stop saying this.
Wait, now you asked the question initially. How will the king manage? The king will be enjoying because those women right now would be in a subtle way, if they're sophisticated, competing to be his favorite. That is enjoyment for him already.
This
Why are you looking at me like that?
Love this. Don't let me forget.
Okay, what I'm trying to say that, Mariah, you're right about just marrying them back to back to back. It comes across as insensitive, whether you like it or not. I don't care, polygamy or monogamy or serial monogamy. There's something about thinking I was chosen because, time was taken and I have enjoyed you and I'm enjoying you. Yes. Even though it's a polygamy, there's time to want to be with you. We're now talking of human being feelings. There's something that just makes it
Did they complain?
Dignified.
Thank you, that's what
they didn't complain.
Yes, these women that are coming into the palace have always been in the palace.
Yes.
From
the back door.
You see they're not just coming. What they are getting is legitimacy. They are getting publicity. Wait, when Zainab was the first queen, she left unceremoniously. We don't know what can happen. Everybody started to speculate. He said, "Now, see, Naomi do." And when Naomi left, drama, because Zainab just left without explanation. Naomi left and left a few suggestions, and now we are seeing the king consolidating. But respectfully, Ooni,
we have to congratulations to the king. We wish you the best, and also congratulations to the women. They're finally queens now, and we only hope that the stool is
what I would like to see. I would like to see how they carry on. We have always debated this, feminist monogamy thing, and let's see how modern women, modern self-made women will carry this.
God bless you. I think I like that. So we're very expectant of these modern women.
Yes.
We're very expectant of the modern queens. And we hope that the stool of the Ooni will be enhanced with these new beautiful queens who are educated, exposed. And we hope to see that they can help us amplify the culture, the Yoruba culture. Let us see it in its best. With this emergence of these queens, let us see how you can help us rebrand the stool of the Ooni,
so let them live their lives.
Appreciate the king better.
Some people are.
That is all I can take on today's show. This is well. Why they also basically you?
God forbid back.
Story.
See you tomorrow.
Yes, now where they was seen.
Tomorrow. They was basically one of our reporters.
Are you seeing
the Lagos State King, the Obakiolu? He was with the video. One of our reporters was doing an interview for him, and he was just looking at me. Very interesting.
He's from royal family. Never.
I have my own.
Sit down.
They will lock you up with yourself.
The more reason
you will beg.